Can you guess which of your favorite celebrities will be turning 30 next year? You might be shocked to see a few of the names on this list. Turning 30 is a massive milestone for anyone. So let's take a look at the top 10 biggest celebrities turning 30 in the new year and what they've been up to since they entered the public eye. Number 10, Zayn Malik. The singer is set to celebrate his birthday on January the 12th. The former One Direction member was one of the first to leave the band in 2015 after a successful 5 years with the group. The singer-songwriter ended up returning to music in 2016 when he released his hit single Pillow Talk from his debut solo album Mind of Mine. In 2019, Zayn released a cover of A Whole New World with Xavier Ward for the Aladdin soundtrack, but he has since been laying low in the music industry. In August this year, 1D fans everywhere became excited when he posted a 31-second clip of him on Instagram singing Night Changes. At one point, he gets so into the song that he picks up the camera as his voice raises in pitch and emotion. The video suggests that there might be more coming from the singer, and it has already amassed more than 30 million views to date. The post was such a big deal as in recent years Zayn has made more of a name for himself because of his personal drama rather than his music. Last year, he allegedly got into an altercation with Yolanda Hadid, the mother of his longtime girlfriend and mother of his child Gigi. But aside from that drama, fans are certainly hoping that he keeps going with their renditions classic One Direction songs. Number 9, Victoria Justice. The actress will be celebrating her birthday on February the 19th next year. Victoria is best known for playing Tori on the Nickelodeon show Victorious, which premiered in 2010 and came to an end in 2013 after 4 seasons. Although the show did come to an end, Victoria stayed on the acting path. Some of her major roles in recent years include The Afterlife of the Party, Trust, Eye Candy, and I Know What You Did Last Summer. She's also launched a singing career since her Nickelodeon days. On the show, she played an aspiring singer and often sang as a part of her acting roles, so clearly she always has had the talent. She debuted a single called Gold in 2013. After that, she took a hiatus and released another single called Treat Myself in December of 2020. Although there's no reason to compare the two, many fans have wondered why Victoria never reached the iconic musical status of her co-star Ariana Grande, who's received 2 Grammys, 2 Billboard Music Awards, and 3 American Music Awards. Although that question cannot be easily answered, Victoria has released some new music of her own recently and seems to be well and truly back in the scene. In February last year, she put out a single called Stay, and then followed that up with another one called Too Effing Nice. But overall, she still seems to be a lot more focused on acting and charity work since she's left Victorious. Number 8, Chace The Rapper. The artist will be turning 30 on the 16th of April. He began his long-running musical career in 2012 with the release of his first official project called 10 Day. The album was well received, but it wasn't until the release of his second mixtape called Acid Rap that his career truly came to fruition. Chace was praised for developing his own sound, described as a mix of both gospel and hip-hop, and this theme poured into his third project known as Coloring Book, which was released in 2016. It was then that he really became a household name, and his fan base was at an all-time high. During the creation of this album, Chace was also raising his daughter, Kensley Bennett, who was welcomed into the world in 2015. It was around that point that he decided that he had to take a step back and rearrange his priorities. On March 9th of 2019, the rapper married his girlfriend Kirsten Cawley, and the release of his 4th independent project and debut album known as The Big Day followed soon after. The album peaked at number 2 on the Billboard 200, making it his highest rated project, but it was also heavily criticized by fans, mainly for the improvisational tone and style. To this day, there is still a debate of whether or not the rapper has fallen off, but he still has many fans who are excited to see what else he has in store. Number 7, Miranda Cosgroveve. The Nickelodeon actress will be turning 30 on May the 10th. Prior to playing the lead on iCarly, Miranda was already appearing in films and movies for kids and teens. She played Megan Parker on the popular Nickelodeon show Drake and Josh, and had starred in the Jack Black-led comedy School of Rock in 2003. But iCarly was arguably her biggest success on the network, and since the show came to an end in 2012, she's remained quite busy. Miranda then decided to attend the University of Southern California and pursue a higher education, all while continuing her voiceover work for the Despicable Me franchise. She voiced Margot in all 3 films. The actress also appeared on the NBC comedy series Crowded, in the 2015 horror film The Intruders, and in a variety of other movies. In fact, her latest projects include a role in North Hollywood, which is a film about becoming a pro skater, and a guest appearance on an episode of ABC's The Goldbergs. But what's really got fans excited is the fact that she decided to come back for an iCarly revival. Viewers were blown away when the series was announced, although it was sad to hear that Jeanette McCurdy, who was a huge part of the original show playing Sam, did not end up taking taking part, although just because she isn't around doesn't mean that she will be forgotten on the show. Number 6, Debby Ryan. The actress will be celebrating her milestone birthday on May 13th next year. Although she initially grew to fame alongside the Sprouse twins on Disney, it didn't take long for her to move on from the role of Bailey Pickett. She then starred alongside Dylan and Cole Sprouse on the hit TV series The Suit Life on Deck between 2008 and 2011, but it was really with the movie Jessie that let her shine in the lead role. It was there that she really made a name for herself, working with other young Disney stars like Cameron Boyce, Hayden List, Sky Jackson, and Karan Bra. The show turned out to be an absolute hit, but Debby didn't stop there. In fact, she's had quite an interesting life after her work on Disney. Fans welcomed her back on screen with the hilarious and iconic series called Insatiable. From that point on, she went on to star in the drama Horse Girl and the comedy The Opening Act. Other notable film credits include Life of the Party, cover versions, Every Day, and Grace. She also starred in a dark comedy vampire movie called Night Teeth in October of 2021. So Debby has definitely avoided being typecast by going for very different roles and branching out from her previous Disney-fied image. In fact, she's also tried her hand at music, and she was in a band as of 2014. Number 5, Liam Payne. The former One Direction member will be turning 30 on August the 29th. Like the others from 1D, Liam has certainly released music since the group disbanded. He put out Strip That Down in 2017, followed by his debut album LP1 in 2019. The singer generally seems to be doing well, but he went viral in June this year for all the wrong reasons. Liam went on Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast and shocked fans when he claimed that his solo track Strip That Down outperformed every other member of the band. He said, "First song, 1 billion streams. I think it outsold everybody within the band, and I was the last to go solo, and I never expected that." In fact, the whole interview came off as a little bit of a humble brag. Another viral moment included him sharing the many things that he dislikes about his former bandmate Zayn Malik, and he implied that it was Zayn who threw him up against a wall during a heated altercation. 1 year after the group disbanded, Liam dated singer Cheryl Cole, and they would go on to welcome a son together named Bear. While the couple called it quits in July of 2018, they currently work together to co-parent their son, although they ended up splitting up in June of 2021. Following month, the news broke that they were back together in May, but then the pair called it quits again for good. Number 4, Pete Davidson. The comedian will be turning 30 on November the 16th next year. Pete rose to fame after being cast on SNL way back in 2014. At that time, he was only 20 years old, but he was definitely a fan favorite, especially in the popular Chad sketches. Then in 2018, he started dating Ariana Grande, and the two became engaged less than a month later. The relationship was baffling to some people, but it really solidified Pete's reputation as a Hollywood hottie. Then when Pete and Ariana broke up, he went on a rebound with Kate Beckinsale. After that, he was linked to actress Margaret Qualley, followed by model Kaya Gerber, then the leading lady of Bridgerton, Phoebe Deneva. But it was really his 9-month-long relationship with Kim Kardashian that earned him the reputation as one of Hollywood's most prolific ladies' men. Number 3, Meghan Trainor. The singer-songwriter will be celebrating her birthday at the end of the year on December the 22nd. When Meghan released her first hit, All About That Bass, it was an unabashed anthem for the body-positive community and a tribute to the fuller-figured women everywhere. In fact, it spent more time at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 than any other single by a female artist in 2018. The singer was nominated for the Record of the Year and the Song of the Year at the Grammys. Essentially, Meghan went from a high school student in Nantucket to a star at the top of the charts in a very short period of time. She's since managed to maintain that momentum for almost a decade, largely thanks to her unique sound and infectious personality. She followed the success of her first single with the release of Lips Are Moving, a song that peaked at number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100. In 2015, she also released her first studio album, Tidal, which was very well received. The album shot to the top of the US Billboard 200 upon its release, and it has since been certified triple platinum by the RIAA. Number 2, Ariana Grande. The singer will be turning 30 on June 26 next year. Ariana burst into the pop music scene in the early 2010s and quickly became one of the genre's most successful performers. Known for her 4-octave range, she began singing and acting when she was young. In 2008, she won a role in the Broadway play 13, and she soon began appearing in big parts on television shows. But her big break came in 2010 when she landed a role on the Nickelodeon TV series Victorious, playing the lovable but clueless Cat Valentine, who soon became a fan favorite. After the sitcom was cancelled in 2013, she starred in the spin-off show Sam and Cat until 2014. It was around this time that she began to shift her focus entirely on music. music. Ariana released her debut album Yours Truly, which included the popular single The Way, featuring rapper Mac Miller. The album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 chart and was widely praised. With her R&B-infused pop music and impressive vocal range, it wasn't long before Ariana earned comparisons to other icons such as Mariah Carey. But it was really her second album, My Everything, that established her as a certified pop star. Songs like My Everything and Bang Bang featuring Jessie J and Nicki Minaj earned Ariana her first Grammy Award nominations. And coming in at #1, Niall Horan. The former 1D member will be celebrating his birthday on September the 13th. After Zayn left the group in 2015, Niall, Liam, Harry, and Louis went on to release a fifth album called Made in the AM. Although shortly after that record dropped, the remaining band members announced that they were taking an extended hiatus. Less than a year later, the group decided not to renew their recording contract, and they ultimately called it quits as a band. So what has Niall been up to since the group disbanded? The Irish singer landed a solo record deal in 2016 and released singles like This Town and Slow Hands from his debut album called Flicker in 2017. In addition to hitting the road to promote his new music, he also started a relationship with Hailee Steinfeld in 2018, although they would end up calling it quits after only 2 months of dating. An inside source told Us Weekly Niall wrapped up his tour and had more free time, but Hailee's work schedule really ramped up, so they didn't have time for a relationship. But apparently they still had a lot of love for each other and remained friends. Niall then went on to release his second album, Heartbreak Weather, in 2020 and began dating fashion buyer Amelia Woodley in May of 2020. The couple then made their public debut at the Singers Horan and Rose Gala in September the following year. Well, that's everyone we have on the list for this one. Please let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.